Hey everybody, it's Caleb here, and I just wanted to make a quick video where I show you how you can go from being an undisciplined mess who struggles with their mental health, who struggles with their physical health, who struggles with their relationship, who struggles with most aspects of their life, and how you can go from being like that to being confident, disciplined, full of life, and full of purpose in just 90 days time. My program is only 90 days. It may seem like a long time, but honestly, in the aspect of your entire life, 90 days is such a short period for a good turnaround. And by the end of this video, I'm going to show you how you can, in those 90 days, apply these principles and see the outcome and become the person that you are wanting to become, the person that you are dreaming to become, the one where the young boy that when you were 12 years old, when you were 10 years old, the one you wanted to be when you grew up. So that's what I look at when I look at how I came from where I was to where I am now. Is how could I become the man that the young boy in me always wanted me to be? And I want to be able to help any man out there achieve that process and achieve those goals and achieve those dreams. And that's why I have created these programs. That's why I've created this program and have these pillars and have these things that you can do and implement into your life. And actually, so specifically, these are for a very specific group. So these are for anybody 18 to 35 years old who is ready to take control of their mental and physical health and is willing to invest the time, the energy, the effort, and the finances that it requires in order to see this change in their lives. So if this is you, if that's you, I want you to watch this entire video. If that's not you, you can watch and you can still learn a lot. And I have a lot of free content that I want anybody who wants to achieve any of these things, I want them to be able to use all of the free resources that they can to help them achieve the best life, the best possible way they can live. So if that is you, I want you to keep watching. If that's not you, I still want to help you. I still want you to listen. But this is for those specific ones, 1835 young men looking to change their life, looking to take control of their physical, of their mental health, of how they live their lives. And they're willing to invest in themselves what it takes to see the change that they've longed so long to see. And this is different than probably other programs that you may see that make the same promises, because I know one specifically. I'm not going to name any names because, I'm just not going to do that. But I know a lot of programs like this, they have these kind of wild expectations where you are expected to literally like wipe your entire life out of existence and implement this whole program that may not work for every person. And one of the things with my program is it's specifically for any man to be able to implement in their lives and see change. So it doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter what your current situation is or where you came from, whether you had both parents in the home, whether you came from a rich family, a poor family, whether you came from a single parent home, whether it was a good situation or a bad situation, you were raised by someone who's not your parent, whatever it may be. These pillars are here so that anybody who follows them will be able to see the change that they're wanting to see. And I know a lot of the other programs out there, they focus on kind of like a copy paste method. If you do this, if you do exactly what I do, you'll be exactly like me. And that's not the case either, because we're all each individual people. And so this program is not only going to teach you, it's going to empower you to make those changes, and it's going to empower you to keep growing even after the program's gone. Because I'm not looking just to get you to a certain point by the end of the 90 days. I'm actually looking to equip you for you to be able to take everything you learn beyond the 90 days, beyond that short period of time that we have together, and you begin to grow substantially and consistently over time to where the dreams that you thought were big at the beginning of the 90 days, you'll find out were not big enough to start with. And so that is what's going to make us different than what everything else you can find out there will promise you and what everything else out there says you can do. And just a few things I know that probably are running through your head right now. If you were like me when I first started, I don't have time. I'm busy. I work a full-time job. So when I started, I work a full-time job. I have a side business. I had also me and my wife are the young adult directors of our church. I have a 2-year-old child. My wife is a teacher and a head softball coach. We are a very busy family. And I know how I told myself all the time and made the excuse, I don't have time. And I remember one of my own mentors told me something more, the most important piece of advice that I've probably ever heard. If it's important to you, you'll make time. Well, in this program, we'll show you how you can make time for the things that matter. We'll help you prioritize those things. Another thing is you say you don't have the discipline to do it. Well, perfect. This program will teach you how to develop the discipline in order to see these change happen. And maybe you're saying you're not confident enough to do it. Well, I promise you, I was not confident. As a matter of fact, I hate making this video. I hate doing this, but I am confident in the fact that I know these things need to be said and that they need to be heard because there's people out there whose lives are dependent upon this change. And so the confidence comes from the knowledge and the understanding of your purpose, which is another thing that you will be able to develop and find out during this program as well. And so just to share a little bit of what that program entails, what it is, here's the secret formula. Here is the pillars. And actually, it's one umbrella, and that is the 90-day non-negotiables. I said I posted about this before and I've talked about it before. The 90-day non-negotiables is something I developed for myself when I was going from being a depressed, addicted loser. Let's be honest, I was a loser. I was a man who didn't keep his word. I was a man who constantly was a failure to his family. I was a man who I hated myself. I hated the way I was. I hated what I did. I didn't feel like I could do anything right. I didn't feel like I could do anything that was going to bring value to my life or to the lives of those around me. I felt worthless and I felt hopeless. But luckily, by the grace of God, I had some strong men come into my life that were able to help pick me up and show me and teach me ways that would help me develop the discipline that I needed in order to overcome all of these obstacles. And so I want to turn around and be able to pass it on to other men. And that's through the 90-day non-negotiables. So when you join the program, the first thing we will do is we will go ahead and we will create your 90-day non-negotiables. And these are some few things that you will do for 90 days non-negotiable, meaning you are going to do them every single day. And then we'll set consequences. So if you do not follow those 90-day non-negotiables, so say one of them is you want to wake up at 5 and go for a run every day or go for a workout or whatever it is that you choose to do to exercise your body, to discipline your body. So say you decide, I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to sleep in. Even if you do it and you say, oh, I'll just work out this afternoon. Okay, well, that wasn't part of the negotiable. The non-negotiable was the fact that you were going to get up at 5 and do it. Well, now what you're going to do is you are going to have to accept that consequence that you have set for yourself, which is where that discipline will come into play. And so for me, my first consequence, if I decided not to do something, was I had to take cold showers that day. I love hot showers. I take 2 showers a day because I get real stinky and my wife does not like it. So to take a cold shower was a consequence I did not want to have to face, but it was a consequence I had to accept if I was unwilling to change my feelings to meet my priorities. And so you want the consequence to be a little difficult because you want it to be something you don't want to do. So that is the overarching pillar or the overarching program that we will use. And in that program, during those 3 months, we will actually be able to not only, we will be able to teach you, number one, how to change your mind. And then the second month, we'll teach you the second 30 days. We'll teach you how to change your body. And then the last 30 days, how to change your life. So we want to focus on changing from the inside out. That's the difference with a lot of other programs is it's a lot of, I feel like a lot of facade. They change the outside so you look good coming out of it. But then, you fall right back into what you were in, 30, 60, 90, whatever it is, days prior. And you're just back where you started and you wasted all that time, you wasted all that money, you wasted all that energy, and you didn't actually learn anything. And so we want to focus first, that first 30 days, on changing your mind, changing your mindset, understanding who you were created to be, understanding the power that is in you, understanding what you need to do and how to do it, how to make those changes. So we want to focus on the internal first. So the internal me has to change before the external me will ever be able to make a difference. So that second 30 days, we will focus on changing the body. And that will be focusing on, getting your own physical exercise routine. And it's not going to be anything crazy. I'm not a bodybuilder. Now I do run marathons, which is crazy for some people, but you don't have to do anything crazy like that. Maybe one of your things is you want to run a 5K, or you want to lose 10, 15 pounds. So I'm actually a certified personal trainer. I'm a certified nutritionist. So those things I'll be able to give you a specific plan that will help you be able to achieve your goals and your dreams for that thing. Because that's important too, is once your mind, your will, your emotions, everything comes into line, then you begin to work on getting your body in line with those things. And that health goes from an internal health to an external health. And then lastly, the last 30 days, we're going to focus on changing your life or changing your world. And that's because as men, we are called to be able to take the responsibility of not just ourselves, but of our family, of our spouse, of our children, of our jobs, and everything around us. We have a responsibility to be able to be a leader, a role model, and an example for those around us, to pick up those around us. So now that after those first 60 days and we focus on changing ourselves, we're going to begin to focus on how we can then turn around and change the world, how we can make the world and lives of everyone around us, everyone under our umbrella of responsibility, how we can make their lives better. Because it's not just about changing yourself for 90 days. It's about changing yourself and your lifestyle so then you can turn around and help other people change their lifestyle. Because we are going to help you not only create the best self, but how you can help others be their best self as well. And so just a few things that I want to talk about with those pillars is I want to be able to shift you from a victim mentality to a victor mentality, from feeling like the world is against you to feeling like you can conquer the world. I want to be able to shift how you see yourself. You may see yourself as like I did. I felt like I was a bad person when I did bad things. And I felt like I was a good person when I did good things. And what I found out is I'm actually a good person who can do bad things and who can do good things. We're going to work on that whole mindset change, that mindset shift. And actually, what we're also going to do when it comes to the physical side is we're going to work on changing what it means to be physically healthy. You don't have to have washboard abs. You don't have to have 2% body fat. I have neither of those things, but I'm a very healthy person. Like I said, I run marathons. I'm training to run my third marathon. I'm training to run a 100-mile race in the upcoming 2024 year. So these are big things that are showing health, but I'm not like super ripped or shredded, and I have no desire to be. And I used to, because I wanted that physical aesthetic, because I was worried about the external factors. But you're going to learn how those don't matter, because what health is the ability to live fully for yourself and for those around you. I have a goal and a dream to be able to keep up with my son. I never want to have to stop my son or slow down my son because daddy's tired, because daddy doesn't have enough energy. So I make it a goal that I want to be able to keep up, and he is a high energy boy, just like his dad. And so I know that I'm going to have to step up levels upon levels, because it's not just about me. It's not just about you. It's about creating a better life for those around us, for those who we have responsibility for. And so once again, if you're an 18 to 35-year-old man and you want to be able to take control of your physical and mental health, and you're ready to invest the time, energy, effort, and finances that it takes to see these dreams come to pass, then I want you to go ahead, and I'll have a link below in the description how you can book a call with me and we can talk and we can see if it's a good fit. And if it's not a good fit, I still want to be able to point you in the right direction of all the free content that I'll have to be able to help you. You can DM me and comment for any questions. But book a call and we'll be able to find out if we're a good fit. Because if we're not, I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste anybody's time, because time is a valuable resource. It's valuable to you. It's valuable to me. So if you're one of those ideal clients, then I want to speak to you. But if you're not ready to make the change, or if you're not ready to make the investment, then, or if you're a lady watching this, and I mean, that's just not what I know how to do. He said, if you're old or if you're young, it's just not what I know how to do. But if my content still speaks to you, I want you to use it. I want you to watch it. And I want to hear your stories. And another thing is, if you can, even if you fit that ideal client, even if you fit that perfect structure of who I can help, but you don't want to, invest the time. You don't want to invest. Well, let me tell you, if you don't want to invest the finances, then you will have to invest more time, because it took me 5 years to go from where I was to where I am now. And there was a lot of failure in those 5 years. As a matter of fact, it was mostly failure in those 5 years. I said, but I've looked back over those 5 years. I spent the last year looking back over those 5 years and finding out what exactly worked to take me from where I was, broken, addicted, hopeless, depressed, overweight, out of shape, completely unhealthy, no discipline. It took me from that to now being in great shape, in a beautiful, healthy marriage with a beautiful, healthy family, and a beautiful, healthy body, and doing things that I never thought I'd be able to do, or at the very least, never thought I'd be able to do at the age that I'm at. I thought it would have taken me 10, 20, 30 years to make these changes, but it doesn't have to be the case. And you can take what I've learned. You can take my failures. You can follow the program. You can use the pillars in just 90 days versus 5, 10, 15, 20 years. So if you don't want to spend that time, then I promise you, spending the effort, spending the finances in order to better yourself in the short term will pay off dividends in the long term. And so if that's you, I want you to book a call. If you don't want to take the time, if you want to spend the money, if you want to use those finances for the betterment of you, I promise it's the best investment you can make is into yourself. Sorry, I was checking my notes real quick. So yeah, one more thing. If you never want to fall back into those bad habits, I've talked about with other programs that are out there. I know people that have done those programs and then they immediately turn around after the program is done and they fall right back into it. I did the same thing. I tried everything out there and it was just a cycle of shame. I said I would just be feeling good. I would be doing good. And then the second I did something bad, the shame and guilt and condemnation of if I did bad, I am bad. And it would just begin this cycle. And I'd just go through this cycle over and over and over again, feeling lost, feeling hopeless, feeling like that I couldn't change, that there was no hope for me. Well, I'm here to tell you that there is hope from you. In this program, you will never have to worry about that again. If that's you, I want you to go ahead and book a call with me. Let's talk. Let's see if this is a good fit for you. Let's get you plugged in real quickly, because once you get plugged in, we start. There is no, all right, let's ease into it. We're diving head first, because like I said, 90 days may sound like a long time, but in the grand scheme of your entire life, it's not. So I want to get to work with you as quickly as possible so we can get you well on your way to seeing the change that you are ready to make, to seeing the dreams that you have come to pass. And so lastly, if all I can do to help you, if all this only helps you discover your purpose, say, the only thing you get out of this is you discover your purpose, who you are, what you're capable of. Isn't that not worth anything? Because that's the minimum. On top of that, we'll also teach you that internal stuff will also teach you how to change the external, and not just your own external, how to be a light to those around you, how to help those in the darkness around you. So that the value of that is inconceivable, because it's unmeasurable, because that is what changes the world. And in the world we live in today, that's what we need. We need men who know who they are, who are in control of who they are, stand up and be able to help those around them grow and become the leaders and the human beings that God has created them to be. So if you fall into any of those categories, I want you to book a call with me today, right now. And I want to hear from you soon so we can get you plugged into this program, so we can get your 90 days started. Because the sooner you get started, the sooner you are to seeing all those dreams, to seeing all those goals, to seeing everything that you want, to see yourself become the man that little boy always dreamed you would be. Said you're 90 days away, 90 days away from seeing that happen. I promise you, I guarantee that you will not regret it, that it is the best investment that you can make in your entire life. If that's not you, that's okay. Keep watching my content. And when that becomes you, I'm always here. Send me a message, book a call. I want to help you more than anything in this world. If nothing else happens with any of this stuff, I wanted to help change the lives of men, just like my life has been changed. So if that's you, book a call. Let's get started. I'm waiting for you. It's going to be a good day. And we are 90 days away from seeing your entire life change. So if that's you, book a call and I'll see you soon.